Alright, y'all, what's going on? This is the Ninja Review here. Welcome to another exciting review of Black Butler Emerald Witch Arc, Episode 3. Be sure to rate the video, comment, subscribe, click on that bell, join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins, game attacks, without further ado, let's get this shit started. Before we get started, speaking of which, since we are still in the evening portions and still got a lot to go in the PT times in California, I do hope everybody had a very awesome, or just mainly more like a nice, chilled, or nice in general. Holy Weekend, a very happy Easter slash Passover to those who do celebrate. And for those who don't, then just I hope you guys had a really great weekend in general. Now that we got all the anime stuff, that actually now we got the now we got the holiday greeting out of the way. Now when it comes to, I did watch the anime that I was supposed to do this weekend. So yeah, all right, so this episode, oh man, just what in the goddamn dude, just holy shit. Whew, this was quite insane. So we found out what the fuck that miasma actually does, and just like that previous guy or the previous ones that went into that woods in the first episode, they get like all these like Sebastian got these like ridiculous nasty blisters and some like blood like cuts or something like that like around his body and whatnot. And he's like, which is weird because like, wait a minute, I'm pretty much a fucking demon from hell. How am I like feeling all this shit? Like I know the young master CL is definitely probably in worse condition, and he was apparently, and he was definitely in worse condition. Uh, they had to take him back to where the witch was, and basically she had to pretty much perform a ritual and actually do the baldrin cauldron, and they had to get all the right remedies and whatnot to mix it in the in the brew basically. So they had to go inside the big giant fucking pot brew to actually, get rid of whatever is there, to pretty much cleanse them and make sure that they're okay and make sure anything that was removed, any kind of infections or whatever from the miasma of that forest. So what happens is that, well, Sebastian's not too bad because obviously he is a demon from hell. So duh, he can heal himself, quite easily. CIEL, on the other hand, suffered a really worse fate, though. He basically not only lost his fucking sight, but he's blind as hell, but also he is traumatized. Yeah, he is losing his will to actually go on in life. Not like, trying to do that, but like mainly he is more, well, more scared. Like, you lose your self confidence. Basically, what it also does, it makes you lose your self confidence. It makes you remember like your past and you keep going back to that, basically trying to make you feel all weak inside. You're vulnerable. You can't do nothing. You're fucking useless. Shit like that. And because of that, motherfucker is traumatized. Yes, CL was completely traumatized. Shout out to the voice actress though. She did well. Again, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with this in the English dub. Funny enough, though, I forgot to mention little funny side story. Not side story. Little fun fact. The English dub voice actress who does CL is the same one that does Tony Chopper in One Piece. Yeah, so yeah, a little fun fact for you there. But anyways, yeah, so he's suffering like hell. He doesn't want nobody to touch him or see him or talk to him because back we get a more closer back into the past where he doesn't trust the adults because they freaking abused the shit out of him in a cell because he had nothing after the whole incident where where the mansion burned down, where he lost his parents, stuff like that. He's lost everything, and because of that, he had to go to like this cage orphanage or whatever that was pretty like fucked up. They were like torture the shit out of him, like abuse him and all kinds of fucked up shit. And because of that, yeah, he was traumatized when he was like back in his past. It was probably pretty traumatizing. And in his mind, his brain, he thinks he's still living that fucking lifestyle, and it's pretty crazy. So he's all fucked up right now in the head, basically. So it's not really right with him whatsoever. He did say, yeah, she said like, yeah, it won't last extremely like incredibly long, but you still have to keep an eye on like on his conditions and whatnot. So yeah, it was wow. It was kind of like an intense situation there. Like it was like maddening to see shit like that. I was like, holy crap, man, it was insane. So yeah, there's because the wolves basically have this kind of thing where they kind of protect, like they create this sort of like this miasma. So like no one like now they would like because they create this miasma to protect like their actual home base in the forest and whatnot. So that's why they create this kind of mist, so that way humans can suffer from going into this cursor forest of like the werewolves and whatnot. So yeah, yeah. So it's pretty insane. There's a lot more mystery to intake there, but holy hell, man, that was quite an episode though. Like, damn, I did not expect all that. And then, oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention too, because he has to wait and watch certain conditions. I forgot her name already, but she, the witch, the girl, the kid. Basically, she's like, look, you know what? How about you become my butler for a bit while he's recuperating? You become my butler. You could do what I want you to do and whatnot. And he's like, okay, fine. As of right now, I'm under your contract for the meantime and whatnot. So yeah, so that's pretty much what happened too. Overall, this episode was pretty goddamn insane. One of the most insane episodes, I would say, from the first two episodes that we got. Things are now adding up to be quite absolutely bonkers intense right now, and holy shit, the mystery just gets more deeper and builds up even more. Definitely can't wait for episode 4 to see where this goes on from here. Yeah, this episode gets a quality episode of a 5 out of 5. Definitely didn't find anything wrong with it. Didn't find any pacing issues whatsoever. I think the animation, once again, was very well done. Shout out to Clover Studios, man. They're really, really nailing it. They did it last year too when it comes to yeah, they did it last year too when it comes to like the public school arc, and they're doing it again here. So definitely a win-win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below this week's episode of Black Butler, the Emerald Witch Arc. Sorry, excuse me. Episode 3. I'll see you guys next week for episode 4. So please take care of yourselves, y'all. Stay safe and healthy. There's right crazy times. I do wacky and crazy. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are at. Peace fucking out. Peace, so love, and grace in the sky is the limit. And my face is important to read a much watching. I'm simply one hell of a reviewer. Later, bye.